no matchup.
Paul with the strip. Adams in pursuit. Paul able to get it to go. Paul picked up by Collison. Collison drills it. Paul, nice feed inside. Westbrook's had another good, efficient game. Bad pass from Durant, stolen by Crawford. Crawford flips it up and in off the glass. Up to a dozen. Paul fakes. Scoop layup is good.
And make quicker decisions.
Paul looking for an opening. Another fake. Oh, beautiful move from Chris Paul. That was not a clear path down. They're not in the penalty. Paul to the basket. Layup. Backs it in again. Crawford blows past him. Lefty. Layup. Oh, gorgeous move off. Pushing the other way. Griffin drives. Flips up a wild shot. Gets the rebound. Back up and in. Collison looking to double. Pass deflected and stolen. Here comes Collison. Ahead of the pack. They cut it to one. It's amazing. Paul, it's just 6 feet tall guarding him. Nice feed to Griffin. Layup is good. So now a chance to tie it at the free throw line. What an adjustment from Blake Griffin. 95-94. Crawford for three. Bang! Jamal Crawford from downtown. And the Clippers' first lead of the game. Each with timeouts remaining. Paul, Collison, the fake. Fakes again, the drive. Layup is good. Darren Collison with another big play. Durant, double. Westbrook fakes. Drives, shot up, rolls around. No good. Rebound, Griffin. Outlet to Collison. Ahead of the pack. Collison lays it in. Clippers by 4 with 32.8 remaining.
The Thunder Clippers series is probably one of the best series going on right now. What do you think, Coach?
I concur. I concur to a certain extent. Miami, you know, I'm a Miami fan, so I'm going to always go back to Miami, man. But I am a Chris Paul fan. With being from Winston-Salem myself, he had a lot of Winston-Salem in his game, that grit in his game. So, you know, I'm rooting for the home team.
He does. The battle between him and Kevin Durant, surprisingly, is big in this series. I feel like Chris Paul got the upper hand this last game. But even though Durant had 30, the Clippers still were able to pull it out, and Chris Paul was a big part in that. So,
you know, he's a tremendous leader. And, you know, and with them pulling away with that lead last night with that win, man, it's good for him. But, you know, KD, he still has that that slight edge with that coming off that MVP, so he got a lot to live up to. And I'm hoping he can be clutch enough as well. Like I said, I'm going for the home team, but KD, they've been at it for a few years now. It's kind of so I'm indecisive in between on which one I really want. But I'm rooting for KD with his MVP year, but I'm also rooting for Chris with him being. He's never won a championship.
Right.
Being high school, AAU, he's won championships, but he's never won an official championship.
Right.
So he has that edge for me right now.
I agree. It should be a great series. What's our next series? The Wizards and the Pacers.
A huge opportunity for the Pacers to get one step closer to advancing to a return trip to the conference finals. Paul George and company won Game 3, doing what they do best, playing defense. How about George in the first quarter with 11? The deep triple. It was a 4-point advantage. Now in the second quarter, the reserves really picked up their game for the Wizards. He started the quarter on a 12-0 run. Wizards had 19 bench points in the first half, just 2 for Indiana. Here, Al Harrington forces the turnover. Andre Miller to Martell Webster. They're getting it done, and the pace of play was key. Bradley Beal said that was the game plan heading into Game 4 as they try to even up the series at 2 games apiece.
We definitely got to try to get them up and down the floor, get them tired, and we got to use that to our advantage because that's how we play. And we want them to get them to play our style of game, get them running up and down, try to force more turnovers, and on makes or miss, we got to push the ball.
And that's exactly what they did. Drew Gooden blocks Paul George, and on the other end, John Wall, best in the business of getting coast-to-coast buckets. Wall beats the buzzer. Wizards 18 first half, fast break points 0 for the Pacers. On the second half, The Wizards didn't have a single fast break point, but they still were able to get some offense. Bradley Beal, Wizards led by as many as 19. But Indiana goes on a 20-4 run before starting on the defensive end with Hibbert, and then Hibbert finishes inside. He's found his rhythm. Back to all-star form. Roy Hibbert gets him within 7. Paul George begins to take over. Pacers outscored the Wizards 33-17 in the third quarter. Out of the fourth, Paul George ties the game at 74. After trailing by as many as 19, we got a brand new shiny one. Drew Gooden trying to rally the troops. Bench still playing huge for the Wizards. Gooden, the jumper to make it 83-74. Wizards back in control with just under 7:50 to play. Paul George with an answer on the other end. Give him some space, and he connects. George, 39 points, and Frank Vogel loves it. Indiana took the lead at the free throw line, and Roy Hibbert caps an 18-6 run. Pacers up by 3. Now under a minute to play. Wizards down 3. John Wall, an open look. Gets it to Bradley Beal. He misses on the 3. Nothing going Wizards' way down the stretch. After George Hill commits Indiana's 19th turnover, it's Al Harrington driving. He misses. Lance Stevenson throws it right to Bradley Beal, who is fouled. Beal goes to the free throw line. Jan Mahimi can't believe that the Pacers are giving the Wizards life. Beal made the first, misses the second. It's a 2-point game with just under 8 seconds to go. George Hill fouled immediately. He goes to the line, makes the first, but Hill, trying to make it a 4-point game, front irons the second. So Washington still has a chance to send this to bonus action. Trevor Ariza, the veteran, the guy who's won a championship. A poor throw. Beal can't handle it. And he throws away the game. Right there, Washington had a chance, but it ends as the Wizards give away a 19-point lead. The Pacers win it, and they now take a...
Boy, the Wizards, I thought they had a chance in this series, but after Game 4, I don't think they're in it anymore.
Yeah, I'm with you, man. I definitely with you. I thought they were coming on strong, especially after that first round. I was thinking, like, you know, the Wizards might have a little something.
Right.
But, man, Indiana's showing a little bit more maturity, I guess.
Because
they've been in this position before, so they're ready for Miami.
Right.
They're ready.
Their first round didn't show it. Indiana's did. But Roy Hibbert didn't show up, and now Roy Hibbert's finally starting to show up, and it's a big difference in the way their team plays when Roy Hibbert shows up.
And Paul George, he's still accepting that, you know, that leadership role too,
right.
And that he's doing a tremendous job. Lance Stevenson, they Wizards not a match for him right now.
They are. They can't match him in the front court. Well, now let's take it back to the Western Conference with Portland and San Antonio.
For sure.
Interesting thing. He's got a problem, Matt. He does enjoy the losses. He likes to figure out what he has to do against things like this that happen. And they did play desperate in the first quarter. They were great coming out of the blocks.
Blazers had the lead for more than 9.5 minutes in the first quarter. They led 33 seconds combined the first 3 games. And Portland up by 5 after 1. First time they'd won the first quarter all series long. Second quarter, Damian Lillard. Everybody.
Well, Coach Pop did use the word passion. That looks like a passionate move right there to the rim.
And just to backtrack, an incredible move, Matt, but Damian Lillard on that play, Spurs ran it back down and got something good. So note to Thomas Robinson, Damian Lillard, if you make 2 points, just go back and play some defense. You know, this series is going to continue. The Spurs would fight themselves back into the second quarter with their bench, but then the third quarter happened.
Yeah, Portland up 2 at halftime. Third quarter, all Blazers took their biggest lead of the series at 6 on the Aldridge lay-in. Kawhi Leonard with a block. Parker to Tim Duncan. The lay-in on the other end got San Antonio back within 4. Portland gets it going from outside.
This was the stretch. Batum, the 4-point play. getting loose there. Manu with contact up top, and then Batum responds again the next time down. Bang, another three.
And yet another. It's a 12-2 run from Portland as Lillard knocks down the three this time. And that put the Blazers up by 14. Wesley Matthews with a block on Parker on the other end. It's Will Barton.
Huge off the bench. We're talking to Reggie Miller before the game. Who would step up? Will Barton did in a big way. 17 big ones.
Aldridge in the post, working on Boris Diaw. Up and over. And it's a 15-point advantage for Portland in that third quarter, and that really won the game. Greg Popovich knew as much. Starters mostly sitting at that point. Marco Bellinelli with a three that won't go.
San Antonio is in complete control of the series. Portland snuck a game 4 to avoid being swept. But I just feel like San Antonio is way too strong for Portland to come back and win the series.
As they should be. You know, Tim Duncan this is possibly his last year.
Right.
And they're gonna send him off with a bang, and it's gonna be an exciting finals to watch. With all the talking about each game series, it's a lot of excitement. You know, it's gonna bring a lot of excitement to the fans.
It is. Tony Parker is a little too much for Damian Lillard. You know, Tony Parker's a vet.
Yeah.
Damian Lillard, he's a very talented, young guy. So it's kind of a passing over the torch, or about to pass over the torch to Damian Lillard. So.
I definitely agree. Manu Ginobili coming off the bench, it's just the Spurs just have the upper hand, man. In this series, just like we said in the last series, the Spurs have the upper hand. So. That's the series.
And our final series, the much anticipated Miami Heat versus the Brooklyn Nets.
James hits a three. Chalmers looking at LeBron, who finds himself open underneath, wide open. Torin got it. Wow, LeBron James, something special again cooking here in this first quarter.
Really good defense there. They got exactly the Nets what they wanted, a contested turnaround jump shot.
LeBron finds an easy path to the basket with the left. Over to Howard. And James wrestles free, gets the spin, and it goes down for LeBron. As LeBron hits again. Another easy one in. There's a steal by LeBron. All the way he goes. And Pierce with those 2 fouls just lets him fly. And Miami, here comes Wade to James. LeBron with the big dunk.
You have not seen a lot of that in this series.
Three, Pierce. Tough D. Wow, tough shot. LeBron James. Shot clock at 4. There's James as he spins and goes to the rack. James, Pierce on him. James goes right by him, strong to the hole, and a foul.
You know what? LeBron James just played chess on that entire possession.
And here's James for 3. Got it again. What a night LeBron James is having.
You see it when not able to go in and score.
James. And Flash just clears out LeBron wide open. James a long three-pointer. And LeBron hits it. Wow. Quiets down this crowd. 46 points. James spins in the lane, and LeBron James, 48 points, gives Miami the lead.
Again, just really good execution that creates the opportunity for LeBron to attack without the benefit of the help defense from the Nets.
LeBron is a bad man.
Yeah.
He
There's nothing else need to be said about that.
I predicted the Heat to win the championship. I'm not per se a Heat fan, but the Heat are just too much. They have too much firepower, too much star power, too much everything for anybody else in the league. I don't think anybody matches the Heat.
Yeah, they got that torch, man. They got that spark. I'm not a Heat fan myself. I'm a LeBron fan, so
Right.
I'm pulling for LeBron. I don't care who he playing. He could be playing for the Wizards, the Nets. I don't care. I'm pulling for LeBron. Like I said, I like Chris Paul, root for the home team, but I'm a LeBron fan all day long, man. So he makes the game that much exciting to watch.
Right, he does. But that's about it for our playoff special. I feel like it should be an exciting rest of the playoffs. Championship should be great, and we look forward to having you on again, Coach.
I appreciate you having me, man.
No problem.